Most people will spend their entire lives working hard and still end up broke. Not because they were lazy, not because they were stupid, not because life was unfair, but because nobody ever taught them the truth about money. This is a story about a young man named Marcus, a man who did everything right on the outside. He worked hard. He showed up every day. He never complained. And yet, every single month, he had nothing left. No savings, no plan, no idea why. Until one afternoon, everything changed. If you've ever felt like money slips through your fingers no matter how hard you try, if you've ever wondered why some people build wealth and others just survive, then this story is for you. Stay with me. Marcus was 27 years old. He lived in a small apartment on the third floor of a building that always smelled like someone else's cooking. He worked a decent job, not glamorous, but stable. He earned about $3,200 a month after taxes, and every month, by the 28th, he was checking his bank account with one eye closed. He told himself it was because he didn't earn enough. If I just made more money, he thought, everything would be fine. Sound familiar? Marcus had good intentions. He wanted to save. He wanted to invest someday. He wanted to stop feeling that quiet panic on the last week of every month. But something always got in the way. A new phone, a night out with friends, a sale that was too good to pass up, an emergency, a subscription he forgot about, a birthday dinner he couldn't skip. Life kept happening, and the savings never started.
But something always got
What
in the
Marcus
way.
didn't realize was that this was the trap, and millions of people are stuck in it right now. Let me show you what a typical month looked like for Marcus. First paycheck hits. He feels rich for exactly 48 hours. Rent,
Then this
car
story
payment, phone
is
bill,
for you.
streaming services, 4 of them, groceries, gas, a lunch here, a delivery order there. By the second week, the account is already thin. But then his friend calls. There's a concert.
Hey, sorry.
Tickets are
I saw you at the
$80.
show.
Oh, hey.
Marcus says yes, because he deserves it. He worked hard this month. A week later, his car needs new tires. Unexpected, $400. He didn't have an emergency fund, so it goes on a credit card. And here is where most people make the mistake that costs them years. Marcus told himself he'd pay it off next month. He didn't. Next month came, with the same bills, the same temptations, the same excuses, and now also interest on that credit card. This is the cycle, and it doesn't break itself. It's not that Marcus had bad luck, it's that he had no system. He was reacting to money instead of directing it, spending first, saving never, hoping things would improve instead of making them improve. Ask yourself right now, is any part of this your story too? One Saturday morning, Marcus found himself at a small community workshop. His coworker had dragged him there, something about financial wellness. He almost didn't go. He sat in the back row, arms crossed, ready to be bored. And then an old man walked to the front of the room. No suit, no fancy presentation, just a man in a plain sweater and reading glasses. His name was Mr. Ellis, retired, 71 years old. Mr. Ellis looked around the room. Then he said something Marcus would never forget. The problem is not that you don't make enough money. The problem is that you haven't decided what money is for. Marcus sat up. After the session, something pulled him to introduce himself. They ended up talking for almost 2 hours in a parking lot. And that conversation changed the direction of Marcus's life. Lesson 1. Pay yourself first. Mr. Ellis asked Marcus one question. When your paycheck arrives, who is the first person you pay? Marcus thought about it. The landlord, the electric company, the phone bill? Mr. Ellis shook his head slowly. The first person you should pay is yourself. He explained, before any bill, Before any expense, move a set amount to savings. Even if it's $50, even if it's $20. The amount is not the point. The habit is the point. If you wait until the end of the month to save what's left, Mr. Ellis said, there will never be anything left. Savings is not what remains after spending. Savings is what you protect before spending begins.
Lesson 2. Know where every dollar goes. Mr. Ellis pulled out a small notebook from his pocket, worn, filled with handwriting. I've tracked every dollar I've spent for 30 years, he said, not because I'm obsessed with money, because money goes where attention goes. He told Marcus to spend 1 week writing down every single purchase, every coffee, every impulse buy, every subscription. Marcus did it. The result shocked him. He was spending $340 a month on things he could not even remember buying. Not because he was reckless, but because he was unconscious. Most people don't have a money problem, they have an awareness problem. Lesson 3. The difference between assets and expenses. One afternoon, Mr. Ellis pointed at Marcus's car. Is that an asset or an expense? He asked. Marcus said, asset, it's worth money. Mr. Ellis smiled. Does it put money in your pocket each month or take money out? Marcus paused. It takes money out, insurance, gas, maintenance. Then it is an expense, not an asset. Mr. Ellis taught Marcus a simple rule. Assets are things that grow in value or generate income. Expenses are things that drain your resources, even if they look valuable. Rich people spend their money acquiring assets. Everyone else spends their money acquiring things that look like assets. Lesson 4. Time is the real currency. Mr. Ellis had started investing at age 24. Small amounts, very small. $100 a month into a simple index fund. By the time he was 65, that habit, started with almost nothing, had quietly grown into something remarkable. I didn't get wealthy because I was smart, he told Marcus. I got wealthy because I started early, and I never stopped. He drew a simple line on a napkin, flat at first, then curving upward. This is compound interest, and the only people it doesn't reward are the people who wait too long to start. Marcus was 27 years old. He still had time, but not unlimited time. That thought sat heavy in his chest. Marcus did not transform overnight. There was no dramatic moment, no lottery ticket, no sudden windfall. There was just a Tuesday when Marcus sat down, opened a notebook, and wrote out where every dollar from his last paycheck had gone. Then he set up a separate savings account and moved $150 into it before paying anything else. It felt uncomfortable, like he was taking something away from himself. But he did it again the following month, and the month after that. He canceled 2 streaming services he hadn't used in months. He started cooking on Sundays so he wouldn't spend on lunch during the week. He paid off the credit card, slowly. Then he stopped using it unless he could pay the full balance. He opened a simple investment account, started with $50 a month, not because $50 would make him rich, but because the habit would. 6 months later, Marcus had $1,100 in savings. Not a fortune, but more than he had ever held on to in his adult life. And when his car needed new tires again, he paid cash. No credit card, no panic, no debt. For the first time in years, he breathed. He wasn't rich yet, but he was no longer afraid. Slow down significantly. This is the moment viewers remember. Let each line land. Marcus called Mr. Ellis a year later. I want to understand, Marcus said. Why do so many people stay broke? Even people who make good money. Mr. Ellis was quiet for a moment. Then he spoke. Because they were never taught that money is a tool. They were taught it was a reward. They spend it the moment they get it, because getting it felt like the finish line. But wealth doesn't come from earning money. It comes from keeping it, growing it, directing it. Most people are one emergency away from broke, not because they earn too little, but because they never built a wall between themselves and disaster. And then he said something Marcus wrote down and kept on his refrigerator. The rich don't work for money. They build systems where money works for them. And it starts with one decision, to stop spending before you think and start thinking before you spend. Here is the truth this story wants to leave you with. You don't need to earn 6 figures to build wealth. You don't need a finance degree. You don't need to be lucky. You need to start. You need to pay yourself first. You need to know where your money goes. You need to stop buying things that drain you and start building things that grow. And you need to respect time, because it is the only resource money cannot buy back. Marcus is not a fictional character. Marcus is every person who ever felt like they were working hard but going nowhere. Maybe Marcus is you. The cycle doesn't end because life gets easier. It ends because you decide, one Tuesday in a quiet room, that you are done reacting to money and ready to lead it. If this story made you think, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to go deeper, the next video is already waiting for you. Take care of yourself and take care of your future.